So hi, welcome to Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with.
I'm Noah.
Patrick.
And I'm Jared.
And we're Not My Weekend.
We're going to some questions about the upcoming.
But
Not-
he is.
I'm
But
not
he's
in the band.
like
Again, don't know where I'm here today.
We talked about him plenty in the last interview that it honestly just makes sense that he's here for this
we're-
one.
Exactly. It's completely fair.
like they were like, who wrote Knock Me Out? And I was like, Jared. They were like, what's the no for real? I'm sure you didn't listen to it. They were like, what lyric means most to you in the song? I'm like, truth.
Gonna have to ask Jared.
I'll call him.
Let me text him right now.
We got true unfiltered Pat at 2:00 in the morning, and Lord
that
only
was-
knows where the fuck you were.
That was the other thing why I didn't want to talk to you guys while I was sick is because you spent all of the following episode being like, we talked to Pat and he was delirious and ruined the episode. And that was just when I was sleepy. So I just didn't want to come in with like super sick energy, be like, no guys, thanks for having me.
I don't know, ask Jared.
Yeah.
Now, since you told me earlier, now we put the picture of you on screen that you sent me when you canceled.
Yep.
Such a man flu.
I was a huge
Yeah.
baby about it. I was not cool at all. I seriously like, Jared was like, we're not your mom. And I was like, no, take care of me.
Exactly. Baby me.
Help me.
You're like, I'm not home anymore. You have to help.
I had a girl ask me for soup so many times,
Bro. If you're going to the store, can I have a yellow Gatorade? Yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful.
Well, congrats on your upcoming album, Shimmer Season. How are you guys feeling about the response to it so far and the announcement?
It's been good. I think that I've been telling everybody that it's like a life goal of mine to be on a full US tour, like with an album out that we're promoting. So choosing to put it out at the beginning of the tour for me, that was the reason I wanted to do it. So I think that like we had a lot of singles, and then very quickly I was just kind of like, by the way, the album comes out 2 days into the tour, but I know I'm going to spend all of next year promoting these songs and playing more shows around them. I just wanted, like, we have the full US tour right now, so I wanted the record to be out for it. So yeah,
I knew that was your plan because that's what you had mentioned in the last interview with the lead single. You were like, it's either going to be singles for the rest of the year into next year, and basically every single song on the record is going to be a single, or we're going to get a fall tour and we're just going to drop the album as soon as the tour starts.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. I mean, Jared and I had that conversation like a year and a half ago, and
Yeah.
the fact that it actually happened
and every Friday from that year until Friday
is sick. So
I love it. Well, the record fucking rips so hard.
Thank you.
Immaculate.
Something
did I
about
say-
that song with the home team. So good.
whole thing. Nice.
Good one.
You might actually.
They don't probably have the new one, huh?
No, you definitely don't have the right.
Oh, yeah.
The songs are in a different order than the one I sent you, and low key, you might be referring to a different version of Lightning, which the home team is on.
This is so fucked up. The Dropbox says sequenced album.
Yeah.
No, Brian from the home team is on it.
Yeah.
So we reworked it a bit.
We reworked it a little bit.
Yeah. Basically, here's how it went. We had the song. We were like, this song's great. And then my roommate came into the room. That's his favorite song on the record. And he went, could be better, and left. And that's it. He dropped that, and I called Pat in a panic. And I was like, it should be better.
What does it mean?
Could be. Yeah.
So then I take that back. Maybe it's not my
Why?
favorite.
Maybe it sounded like shit.
Yeah. Maybe I don't have the right version.
You think Lightning is your favorite? It's
One
so
of-
much worse. No, it's the same. You'll like it.
I like that one, and I like Breakup Song.
Yeah, word. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was really adamant with these guys that one was a single. I don't think they cared as
I
much.
disagree. But it's all right.
It's
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I like that song. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I want-
Because
American Dream is the lead single, which shows me where
I
my
don't know if
head
it would
was
have been the
at.
lead single, but I really like that.
Yeah.
I just want to say my favorite's still Shut Up, because Shane said his favorite, but
Well,
it's so fucking good.
Yeah, that's still. I think our newest music video that we're still working on is my favorite. But Shut Up, I really love how the music video for Shut Up turned out. And honestly, how I edited Knock Me Out was based on what the footage for Shut Up looked like. So yeah, I did that.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Awesome. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah.
Me? All right.
No, well, I was just, I looked, I was
just go
no,
right to
no,
Jared.
no,
Like,
no.
hey,
I looked at you because I was thinking there's like a whole cover art story.
Yeah.
But I think that we wanted to do one of the lyrics on the album. And I think I'll leave it up to people listening to your podcast to find the lyric on the album. But
it's not really hidden.
No, it's not hidden, but I just don't like it's not in any of the singles. So they do have to listen to the songs.
Yeah, get to track 10.
Yeah, I'm like, on the version we have, it was the last song.
I think like they're really like I think Shimmer Season is a really pretty set of words. And
it sounds to me, the reason I liked it was because it sounds like an era, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a period in time where like we could commit to like a world that we make with the songs.
It also doesn't really feel like summer or fall or winter to me. It's like kind of its own thing.
Yeah, it seems like a nostalgic time in your life is what it sounds like.
For sure.
Yeah. And then the album art is actually it is one of the pool photos that we've been using for all the single arts. But Jared and I got in like a anxiety hole.
Yeah.
I
basically there was the single arts out, and then we came to the end and we were like, all right, this is gonna be the last one. This is gonna be the cover for Shimmer Season. And I looked at it and I was like, well, I don't think it was just another one of those pictures. I was like, I don't think this is the vinyl that a kid picks up and goes, this is my favorite album. I want it to have like that cover that somebody like looks at and goes, this is one of my favorite albums ever, that you would point to on your shelf and be like, that one's cool, that someone might like peruse in a record store and go, that's really cool, I want to see that. So we ended up taking the image in question and kind of like splicing together a bunch of different composites of the pool shimmer. And then just really going in on the color scheme. And we spent a few days of just staring at my computer screen, trying to edit that into something that looks like somebody holding a record and going, this is the best.
We finished the whole thing, just Jared and I, in like 4 hours, and we were just like, he would just make a change and then we would both just look at it.
Wait, let's pantomime how it, like, you're the computer screen. Okay, all right, so wait, scooch. All right, so I'm here. You're my computer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going. All right, and then, so here's the current image, right? And we're going, and then I go.
and so what if it wasn't center?
So that was hours of our life.
It's sort of like that scene in Zoolander when they're trying to get into the computer and they're stuck like turn into gorillas and they're like.
We were messing around with like an edge of it for a long time.
Yeah.
And that eventually turned into like the emblem that's in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And that emblem has now turned into keychains that we're going to have on tour.
Very branded.
And that I'm super stoked about because none of that was present in like the single art for sure. And that and the keychains are sick. And it's like a backpack now too. All of this, which was not like even set up 2-3 weeks ago.
Graphic design is my passion.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Fuck yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for the album?
I mean, it's been years.
Yeah, we've been working on it for when we do Other Side.
It was like summer of 2020, I think.
It was lockdown.
I think 2 of those songs ended up making it, right?
Yeah, it was Other Side, Knock Me Out.
I had kind of told you guys the answer is pretty similar to when we talked about it during Knock Me Out. You know, it's meeting Jared over COVID and doing a bunch of Zoom stuff, and then really what happened is like November of 2022.
Yeah,
November of 2022, we like got in Jared's old house, and like we just locked ourselves in there and we finished up most everything. And then he moved apartments, and there was like 2 or 3 things that got done at the new apartment, but like the record was like finished, wrapped up, writing and recording like December of last year.
Yeah.
But it's a hodgepodge of like the last song we wrote was Smoke.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was Smoke in Summer.
Okay.
And those were just sessions at the house, like in that November when we just like, we need more songs.
Yeah, we had like I basically would do a bunch of instrumentals and send them over to Pat and see if he liked them. And all the way that I do just writing in general is I just do the whole entire instrumental like front to back, all instruments, everything recorded, bridges, like whole sections of things, and then like, okay, what are we gonna write over this? So I would send that out. That's how we did Other Side. That's how we did Knock Me Out. That's how we did Hurricane Weather was supposed to be a Vane song.
Yeah.
And instead of using it for me, I was like,
You forgot.
I forgot. Yeah.
You forgot you sent me the instrumental for Hurricane Weather.
Yeah.
And then I sent you like a pre-chorus and a chorus done. And you were like, what is this instrumental? And I was like, you were like, is there a thing? And he's like, oh, all right.
Like, yours now. All right.
And then like we didn't do an episode for Shut Up, did we?
No, just the first single.
Where I had a whole demo halftime. And I sent it to Jared and he sent it back just full time with a new instrumental, but like the melody of the chorus is largely the same.
It's the same, yeah. I would say that as the songs started coming together, it was more and more collaborative from the ground up. I think it started as me tossing instrumentals and us going over vocals, and then it started being Pat sending me ideas and Pat sending guitar riffs, and it's wild. The song Overload.
Yeah,
you'd never think this.
What are you gonna say? That I learned how to play guitar?
Sucks at guitar. He made the riff for Overload, and it's a really good guitar. And I think it was like 2 days beforehand, I was teaching him this way to play chords on a guitar, and 2 days later he sent me the Overload riff, and I was like, this is genius.
It was Jared like taught me a chord shape, and it was like 2 days later that I had done the riff for Overload, and like there was no lyrics or song idea at all, and we built the entirety of Overload just on the idea that the whole song be this riff.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite song on the record is Overload. Yeah,
that one's a banger. I noticed because we were late. You posted a clip of the music video on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's not. I mean, that music video is not done. Can't stress that enough. Like, yeah. Parts of it are not filmed. So you're right. Those are totally clips that are actually edited. They're great. Yeah, it's done.
It's done. It's wrapped, scheduled. It's ready.
So you're practicing for a tour. You've got a record out next week, and you have a music video to film.
No, this isn't secretive. Josh from Magnolia Park was in town for a week of writing songs.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew they weren't going to have time when they were just on tour here the other day. And I wanted to do a music video for Overload, but I didn't want to do it without him. So we kind of rush scheduled. We've had the idea for the music video for a long time, but we rush scheduled like the space and Alex Bemis to film it for us, just to film myself and him singing the parts together.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan was always to film with the boys when we were here ready for tour, like for months, but we just needed the clips of him like whenever he was available. So it's like the music video is fully edited, like without drums and guitars. So we're going to spend a few hours, doing pickup shots of drums and guitars. And then my hope is that it's only going to take me 2 or 3 hours of just putting the best moments of these guys into the video.
You're usually really good at estimating time and managing it.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
7 hours later.
Sticking to the time frame, being on time, the time frame, not sleeping through the time frame. So that's
I'm not your strong suit. I'm going to edit it at night, so I won't sleep through it.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
That's great. That's great.
So what song off this album took longest to write? And Pat, you kind of already stole this last question, but which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Longest to write?
Mm-hmm.
Like in time since starting it, or just like time working on it?
Yeah, time working on it. One that was like super hard to crack.
I think Dream was the one because that for a long time was kind of just a very...
Pat hates that song.
I know he does.
I love that song. I like that song.
It didn't have a second.
We made every song so good. We made the best record.
You did. You wrote 10 bangers.
So
I think Summer.
I think it was Summer. American Dream isn't fair because that was me writing a song via Pat. Because I was frustrated with my finances at the time, and I was like, "Aren't you sick of it, Pat?" And then
he's like,
"I'm counting money."
Yeah,
the not my weekend bankroll.
I'm like, yeah, I think so. We did Summer. Summer's the big finale, and we wanted like a big, like nostalgic, ballad type song.
It was a few days too.
It was a few days, and it was we did a lot of writing in the pool at my house.
Yeah. The whole thing, that whole chorus is written in a jacuzzi.
The whole chorus was written in a jacuzzi in the middle of a really intense argument between me and Pat over like if we should use for or from or to.
Yeah,
or
it's a lot.
I was really nitpicky.
That's how every conversation you guys have goes.
I was super nitpicky on it because we could tell it was a really good idea, and we had to, and it was towards the end. Yeah, Smoke and Summer, the last ones we wrote, and I could feel us getting like burnt out. And when you go to write a record that's about something, like at the end, ding, 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 plug your phone in, son.
We're good.
Now the phone is dying, Pat.
No time.
God, dude.
Pat, if the phone dies mid-interview, I think we're just done.
Yeah, we're just posting it as is, and then there's going to be a title sequence at the end that says Pat's phone died. Might be continued.
Yeah, I think when you go to write a whole record, and you get to song 10 of 10, you're like, did we already say have we already done this one? Like, have we done this concept before? Like, are we sure that we're writing? It was the toughest one because we were trying to be sure that we were writing something that belonged on the album, that wasn't borrowing from anything, that was its own idea, and was like a special, different type of track because it's such like a love ballad.
Well, but that was a big part of it that I don't know if you're forgetting, but I had come to you with like a very specific lyric idea, and you like loved it.
Yes,
and then
but I hated every lyric that was there.
Right? Yeah,
but I loved the concept.
So like I came in with like a very specific idea about like a song about jealousy, and like what the song was about, and there were parts of it that Jared loved so much, so we like had to make it a whole song. But by the time we got to the end of the chorus, it was about something completely different. So I think that was a large part of like why it took so long. Is it was like we had things that we loved, and then it turned out it was about something completely different. So we had to start over writing it conceptually.
Yeah,
and then and then it eventually, like, especially by the time we got to the end of the vocal stack, it was so good. Like, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
And favorites?
My favorite's Overload and Hurricane Weather. Those two.
Overload is like too much of a given because it's so good. I'm really stoked on it. I don't know if it's my favorite. I think it's the best song. I think my favorite is American Dream.
That's right.
I really like both of those. I'm kind of coming around on Smoke lately, though.
Yeah.
It's like, it's got a crazy guitar solo.
Yeah, it does.
And it's just like super like bouncy. It's
fun, dude.
I wanted
that to have a music video, dude. I had a whole idea.
We could still do a music video.
Wow, whatever.
I mean, you want time?
Music video for every song, and get it done before tour, please.
Exactly. Wrap it up.
So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be the closer, shuffle and see what fits? What was that process like? Now get into it. Get into it. I love the reaction. Let's go. Start.
Just be happy it's coming out. The album's coming out. Don't ask me. No, skip.
Come on. Yeah. Speak to the people.
Next question. And we were like, what's song number 1? What's song number 2? What's song number 3? And I came up with a track list and just make do it. It was so cool.
Look. As I told you last week, I was very sick. I was at 20% of my full power.
I took advantage of his weakened state.
At 100% of my full power. God damn.
Bro. I really forced it in there.
The track list is good. Listen to it. Yep. Listen to the album. That's what we're saying about the track list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but not the track list that we got. The new track list.
No, that track album. The new track.
Fuck that track list.
Don't matter.
It
was in an order.
In a order, but
clearly.
not the order.
Say what?
Alphabetical.
The wrong one. The wrong order.
The wrong order.
Yes, yeah. The order, yeah. It'll be it's actually not too crazy. It's like two things that are wildly different, but
they were like the most important.
Changes the whole album conceptually.
Yeah.
All right. So would you guys be able to tell us where Headspace is at while you're creating this record?
I don't know. No.
All right, next
Stop
question.
telling me no.
Exactly. But answer the goddamn question.
Yeah, so Pat and I's life were falling apart at the same time. tandem, duel.
I think I told you guys last time we talked that I was pretty depressed during the vocal tracking.
Mm-hmm.
So that like I do think that was a big part of it. But then like it depends when we were working on it. Like some of the writing, like we were just super focused on writing and it was hard to think about anything else. COVID was COVID. So that's all.
Right.
We were just locked down and in COVID and writing. And then like I was pretty bummed out during the vocal tracking, but it had nothing to do with the record, just totally separate stuff. But then and then like now we're just focused on tour and promoting it and stuff. But like it's tough to talk about a headspace while making it because it was like
because it took so long.
It took so long and yeah.
And I'm like depressed all the time. So
across the different songs though, like that kind of turns into like a cool like gradient effect.
I think so.
So that it's like they're not all from the same place, same perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true. I was right about that.
I feel like there's songs on there that are like defiantly happy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Summer turned out defiantly happy.
Hurricane
Weather defiantly happy. Like not a fun time for a ton of the people involved, but just going like, what if we just disco so hard?
Yeah, Smoke kind of does that.
Yeah. What if we boogie so hard and we just dance?
Why hell not?
We keep talking about how long the record took, and I believe we touched on the start time, but can we get the definitive start and the definitive end to the record? Like
the definitive start would have been like May of 2020.
May 2020 COVID.
And the definitive end
technically was about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
No.
Because I'm counting like
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So-
it would have been like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Goddamn.
down to the wire. All right.
Yeah. All right.
So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should do in the car with friends in the dark with headphones on? Is workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
Start by calling your father. Just get a check-in.
Oh, you don't have a dad? Oh yeah, you listen to
You don't have dad. Actually, reverse order. I would say
I've never been. I think you guys asked me this one of the times we talked, and I've never been like one of those guys. Like I cringe really hard when artists are like, "You got to go outside." Like you gotta. You can't. The record doesn't work unless your eyes are closed. Like it's not.
Technically, the best way to listen to
hates
this
Austin Night
is if you turn lights off in your bedroom. You put YouTube on your TV. And you do a pool water ripple effect.
I thought you were gonna say Subway Surfers.
The best way is to play Mortal Kombat 1 with Skull Candy earbuds in,
and then you've got the song, and then you've got the record going,
and put it on random.
A separate TV with Subway Surfers, a separate TV with like a slime type thing, and then a Matt Rife comedy act. All that's the best way.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no, I like driving and listening to music for the first time. So if you want to go for it, that's what I like. But I think just loop it lots of times, please.
I say free song.
I think one of the ways I like to listen to music is like every chorus you're like, which wrestler would walk after like which pro wrestler would be like. And I think that, you could come up with that. Like, listen to it a lot of times.
Xavier Woods for Smoke, I think. He's a jubilant guy. All
right. Pat,
wasn't it so tough with one of me, and now there's three of us?
It's fucking awesome.
Well, as we said 36 times when we talked about the last single, you were just so out of it and very tired, and it was so hard to, really get it out of you. But since you mentioned that you hate when artists are like, this is how you got to listen to it, then how do you feel about Austin Knight? I mean, that's like his whole shtick.
No, I just like, he's really, really, really good at doing his thing. It's not like, and also like he knows what he's doing. Like when it's cringy and when it's not, he's fully in control. And I fucking love Fandom. That record's so good.
Bro, you're fucking telling me. I have it in my background. Yeah. I love that record. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this record for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 9 total, no more, no less.
No.
The Undertaker.
Undertaker's one word.
All right, okay.
That's my problem with it.
All right. Rizzler, Ohio.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Fucking. You go first.
All and oats.
Do a real one.
Okay, so 3 words.
3 words.
Okay.
Rhymes with.
I don't know. I think it's a very good time.
Very good.
Very good time. Hell yeah.
Pat, you
No.
you have to answer this.
I don't know. I think it's nostalgic.
Yeah, that's
Seattle Supersonic.
nostalgic is very good.
I think that it's reflective.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it's vulnerable.
For sure.
I think it's nostalgic, reflective, and vulnerable. And I want to those 3 things. Those are good.
SSX
Yeah, it is. Yes.
is what I would say.
Perfect.
You got
Perfect.
that'll do.
I don't get it. I don't get it, but I love the joy that it brought you guys. So I'm okay with it.
There, it's just like 2003.
Free cutoff, honestly. 1999 to 2002 late summer.
Yeah.
Damn, I just missed it.
Sugar Ray.
All day.
Stop. Yeah. Next question.
Stop me. Somebody stop me.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
I just want like, I think I want people to feel really excited. Like, I think I want you to like want to be at a show and want to be dancing around, like drum along type vibes for sure. There's not really a ballad on the record. It's a lot of high energy, and I want you to feel that way if you put it on.
I don't know if I have like a word emotion, but I want people when they listen to it to go, oh.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think I want people to be kind of surprised because it's very different from everything that we've ever put out before.
Yeah, but
and it's been just a long time, and like we're a very different band now. But I also like it's surprised in a good way. Not
pleasantly surprised.
Not like, oh my God, this is so much better necessarily, but definitely like, oh wow, this is a totally different sound, and they're pulling it off. They're not faking it.
I also do think our music's gotten better as we've put out more music. Like it's just, I think we've just gone up.
I mean, you should not be trying to.
No, I know. Yeah. I think like we've blasted the singles on like our social media so much that I think the people that know about it are excited, and I think anyone that checks it out for the first time will hopefully just like become a fan of our band. So
yeah,
absolutely,
definitely the best music that you guys have ever made, and it's finally like people are finally paying attention, and I'm so stoked about that because we've been following you guys for a very long time, and it's like you were just shouting into the ether for a very long time, and now you are shouting into the ether and also to people, and that's exciting.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. So are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this record, positive or negative?
I think we've touched on a lot of them.
We did.
What's a weird one we haven't mentioned?
To out you fully, we did so many vocal takes.
Yeah.
That was like the story of tracking it, is that I had
I said that when we were talking about knocking out.
Yeah, I had a very high standard for these guys because I don't think that they. Wait, you guys good?
No.
You guys all right? How you guys doing?
All right, go ahead.
Jared's like the teacher here. I love it.
When had challenged them to make the best music that they could make, so we spent a long time just perfecting everything, and we spent hours and hours and hours every day in the vocal booth and just really fine-tuning everything, and sending out MIDI drums to Noah and having him send his back, and going over things with Nick to get him up to snuff with the guitar parts and stuff. Like everything is just so really intentional that ended up kind of just grinding for many hours a week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the story of it. I don't think there's like a moment, like we would go swimming sometimes, but we'd be mad at each other when we did it. So
we played
angry swimming girl.
Some like
a lot of basketball too.
I made them play basketball with me. That was awesome.
Yeah,
that was sick. Yeah, dude.
Just as like part of before we started, we had to play basketball.
Yeah, it was me and Pat and Reese Allen from Dream Phone.
Yeah,
It was a game 21, and
I love basketball, but it got ruined.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you should have fun with it. You have the hype for it, man.
I appreciate that. No,
he doesn't have the natural skill I was
That's not
born
true.
with.
I absolutely do. Of course I do.
It was just kind of me dropping buckets on him.
I played in high school and you dropped out once.
And it's weird that I'm so much better than you. It's weird that you have the training and I didn't, and I still, all right.
It's a challenging record.
It's just that his length counts for nothing in the face of a good vertical.
Well, that's true it was a challenging record.
Okay.
It's a challenge. Anyways.
All right. And for the last question, I know the record's not even out yet, but we got to ask, what's coming next for Not My Weekend?
There's a run of shows in early next year that we're not allowed to say right now, but just follow us on Instagram when you want to see those. And then a lot more touring and like really dedicating the time to this record that it deserves. So it's like more promotion and different versions of like telling everyone about Shimmer Season by Not My Weekend while still putting out new content. Like if that means new videos or like new music videos or just like personality pieces about us or even just like vlogs and things like that, or even like a new song or two, maybe it's still like in support of Shimmer Season by Not My Weekend because I just want to live in this version of this band before like hastily moving on. Like not to say that like I want to go another year and a half without a new project, but it's like Honeymoon just didn't have its day because it was COVID. And like and because like we were separated and because we didn't have the show opportunities. So now that we have the show opportunities and now that we have something we're so proud of, like it's not like it just comes out and we're moving on. Like this is Not My Weekend's Shimmer Season, and that's gonna get the time it deserves for sure.
Hell yeah, I love it. So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you'd like to plug?
Thank you so much. Listen to Jared's project Rat Park. Come if you're watching this and don't have tickets to see us with This Wildlife. We're probably on tour with them right now.
You will be.
So go to thiswildlife.com and check where we're closest to you. And then if you just follow our Instagram, all of our social media is good, but like in terms of new music videos and like announcing shows, at Not My Weekend on Instagram is the best place for sure.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sounding. This guy's been Not My Weekend, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.